What is the worst minor injury? Splitting your lip from smiling because of winter. Splits open every time you move your mouth. Finally, a valid reason not to smile or talk to people. When your asshole gets raw from diarrhea. I believe that's called ring sting. When you bite the side of your cheek, and so it hurts, to eat for like 3 days. And because it's a little swollen you bite it another 2 or 3 times over those days. When you peel the skin of the side of your finger a bit too much. Edit. Thank you for the award, kind stranger. Sometimes you chance a little peel and it's fine. Other times, before you know it, you've peeled half your skin off, and that just stings for days. A slightly tweaked muscle under your shoulder blade. It does nothing except make nearly every movement hurt, especially turning your head. This has become a semi-regular experience for me. WTF, muscles? What did I do to you? Since this seems to have attracted some good advice, I'd like you that all the women in my family suffer from this. I'm a core training instructor, and rarely use a computer, and don't own a desk. Burns on your tongue. Edit. I commented this while doing my work. Sleep and come back to the most amount of upvotes I've ever had. Thanks guys. Or the roof of your mouth just behind your teeth when you get too excited for hot pizza. Irritated taste bud. So tiny, so annoying. Edit. I had no idea this was so universally hated. I don't know the proper name. It's not a canker sore though, those are different. And yes, I psych myself up and bite it off just to get it over with. Glad to know there are so many other freaks out there too. Ugh, I've gotten a handful of those in my life, right on the tip of my tongue, and they hurt so much, always for an entire week, no less. Eating hurts, talking hurts, being awake and having my tongue doing nothing hurts. A pimple in your ear or nostril, also above the upper lip, where you have the mustache, cause it's too sensitive, and having to squeeze a pimple there will make my eyes water. Because I've been up all night with one. Ear infections. Edit. Thank you all for your kind and sympathetic comments. It means a lot, especially since my parents always brush me off. Ear pain is a legitimate phobia for me, and every time it happens I can't handle it. Cool to see I'm not overreacting much. Edit 2. It's not even an ear infection. It's apparently inflammation. It hurts like absolute heck. Those are so painful. As a child, having your scooter smack into your ankle. That chiz burns. I felt the pain just reading that. Eating a chip and it stabbing you in the throat. Or when it stabs you in your gums between 2 teeth and you can't get it out. The worst. Mouth ulcer. Yes, are these the same as canker sores? I had these so many times when I had braces as a kid. Obviously a lot of people here have never experienced the mind-numbing pain spasm experienced when standing on an upturned UK plug. It's the adult version of stepping on a piece of Lego. Splinter under fingernail. No one talks about this. It is super scary and painful. I once got it since I scratched my nail on a wood platform. Dude, it was long, thin wood stripe. I got it out and waited a month till it completely disappeared. It stung a lot. When you bite your nails and accidentally pull off more than you expected, exposing the sensitive skin underneath. The worst. Makes me cringe. I hate nails. Ankle sprain. No matter how it heals, it will always be weaker and more prone to damage. Edit. Thank you for the silver, my dude. Also, people will be like, why are you limping? It's just a sprain. Where you hit your elbow on some kind of edge and your whole arm begins to hurt. I don't know if it has a specific name. It's called the funny bone, but it's really the ulnar nerve, I think. But it's not funny, so that's a dumb name. When you hurt your tailbone, everything you do makes it hurt more. Cough, pain sneeze, pain walk, pain run, pain sit, pain stand up, pain lie down, pain fart, pain exist, pain, hotel, Trivago. A broken pinky toe because you accidentally kicked a door frame in the middle of the night in the dark. I broke my big toe while playing football, soccer, because I accidentally kicked my friend instead of the ball. This chiz hurting. When you hit your toe on the table leg, or if you're a short girl, when your lady part hits the edge of the table. I often hit one of my hips on tables or recently a bed frame. That chiz hit you to the core. Paper cut and cardboard cuts. Speaking as a person who works at a grocery store and frequently deals with cardboard boxes, be careful with boxes, they will find ways to hurt you. Choking on your own saliva. Edit. Thanks for the award. 3. Yup, nope, this guy wins. Just sitting there, doing whatever, all of a sudden you start choking for no goddamn reason, because apparently you forgot how to exist for a moment. Having your nail bent backwards. Edit. Wow, thanks stranger. I've never gotten an award before, and I definitely didn't expect that putting people through pain would earn me one. Eee. I hate that. It's freaky when it stays sticking up, and you have to flip it back down again. Arg. When you're shaving private bits, and you nick yourself right in the crease of your leg, where the hem of your undies go. That chiz itches so bad, but you can't just scratch your crotch in public, or explain that it's not your crotch that's itchy, it's the area mere centimeters from your crotch. Ouch, yes. Or when you nip your actual lips and it stings/burns when you pee. Toothache. It's not life-threatening, but the pain is constant and inescapable. It actually can be life-threatening. If left long enough, the infection can go into the bone and or blood. Edit. If all the horror stories below are anything to go by, take care of your teeth, people. Sunburns. For sure. I had one once where I could barely sleep for like 2 days, and genuinely felt like I was starting to lose my mind from the unbearable itch. A tip, apply antioxidants to the affected area as soon as possible after the burn, ideally within a few hours after exposure. Apply and reapply liberally. A cheap vitamin E cream, Vitamin E functions as an antioxidant, has since been a lifesaver for me. Aloe vera is overrated. Vitamin E use, especially quickly after the burn, is backed by plenty of scientific research. Edit. Thanks to those who pointed out it's an actual thing, called Hell's Itch. It's been nice to learn that it wasn't just in my head as some people suspect. Ingrown toenail. My nastier ingrown nail. The blood coming out of the left side is one of 3 shots they gave me to numb it. Hitting a toe with an ingrown toenail against a table's leg. Pooping a turd that has a sharp peanut in it, or hot peppers. Acid reflux in the throat, and it feels like Muricans running around Vietnam with their flamethrowers right in your esophagus. Edited, fixed for historical accuracy. That's a very specific description. Almost anything involving your teeth. When I had braces as a kid, they put these metal wedges behind my front 2 teeth because I had an overbite, and they didn't want me to knock the bottom braces off with my top teeth. When I bit down remotely hard, it sent the absolute worst shock of pain right up my head. Like biting down on a fork by accident x1000. It was the worst. Not really an injury, but having your stomach bloat up with air doesn't feel very pleasant. When you're at work and can't fart, so you get all uncomfortable and bloated. Then you finish and don't need to fart, and you feel like an inflated Oompa Loompa for the next few hours. I have stepped into sea urchins 3 times when I was younger. I can still feel the pain when I think about that. Where do you live? I've only ever seen sea urchins probably like twice in my life. Bang your shin on something. Trailer hitch on shin contact can dissolve my world in a second's notice. I'll be laying on the concrete going in and out of the shadow realm for 10 minutes. Stubbing your toe and partially tearing off the nail. Burning the top of your mouth because your fatter was too impatient to wait for the pizza to cool off, so now molten cheese is burning you. Edit. You'd think everyone agreeing with me would make me cringe remembering the pain. Instead, I'm hungry for pizza. I never learn. And if it's bad enough, you eventually get that wonderful flap of dead skin hanging off the roof of your mouth. When you keep accidentally biting your tongue or inside of your cheek. Stubbing my toe. Holy duck knuckles, just amputate the leg, it hurts. Okay, never mind. The pain's fading now. You rang. Getting your skin forcibly removed by some asphalt. Meet Crayano. Oh wow. Thanks for the award. First time for everything. Nostril pimple. Or an a pimple. Personally, throwing your back out. only last a day or so, but holy duck is that debilitating. The recurring pain can be pretty bad too. I swear the muscles are never the same again. I threw my back out over a year ago, had a long slow recovery as I did a good number on myself, and now I did something like maybe sleeping wrong that has tweaked the muscles and I'm in some pain again. Yay. Pickaxe through the toe. Oh, minor, not minor. I injured my wrist just enough for it to hurt 4 years afterwards, but not enough for it to require a brace or any type of healing devices. So I still had wrist problems, just minor enough for it to bother me every day. Hangnail. A hangnail that gets infected is so awful. The pressure is so painful. For us guys, a tap or slight twist of your nuts or nutsack. That mini heart attack when you feel any skin in your groin area get nipped by the zipper. Not sure if or what is the female equivalent to this. I've zipped my labia before. I'm not going to explain how it happened because I'm still confused myself, but my husband could definitely relate. I also shut a titty in a car door when trying to squeeze out in tight parking. Foot cramp during sex. What's up with that? Fool up. I get a cramp in the arch that goes all the way to the middle toe. It holds like that for 20 minutes. I try to stay hydrated to avoid this. The skin under your fingernail does now have the ability to restrain itself from growing. I drilled into my fingernail and just barely broke through the flesh underneath. Obviously it hurt, but I was not prepared for the fact that the skin underneath grew out of the hole in my fingernail. I now have a large mushroom-esque protrusion out of my thumb. It's maybe 1/4 of an inch tall. It hurts like a bitch whenever it gets touched. But it's a cool sorry, so I guess you win some and you lose some. Well, fat stucking horrific, thanks. Sleeping on the pillow wrong and waking up with that constant ache of a sore neck / existence that nothing can ever soothe. Or sleeping with an ear folded. It hurts like hell for hours. When you hit your coccyx, what would be your tailbone? Chis hurt so bad I couldn't get up for an hour. On an unrelated note, my brother broke his tailbone once 8 years ago while carrying a family friend's baby down the stairs. He held onto her for dear life when he slipped and took all his weight while falling down the steps. He never fully healed from it, and it hurts when he sits down in a weird way. Cutting the pad of my finger and needing stitches. Lots of nerve endings there. 8 months later, and I've still got nerve damage causing hypersensitivity and can't use the finger properly as everything feels so awful. When your toddler gets you with those tiny razors on their fingers. Why are toddlers so sharp? You'd think they were ready to cause enough damage as is, but no, apparently they need razor sharp claws too. Banjo string snapping. Many stringed instruments. Knew a cellist in high school whose string broke and sliced her face. I have had strings snap on my violin in the middle of a concert. Accidentally biting the tongue while chewing gum. Reading this thread. Getting your cheeks pinched between two seats. Ducking paper cut in webbing of fingers or toes, a grazing shot to the beanbag, or accidentally shoving something under your fingernails. I see why they jam bamboo in your fingers for torture. Never hauling hay again, if I can help it, and for damn sure not without gloves. Oof. A Charlie horse in your leg during orgasm. You push your partner off of you while yelling and punching your leg. They start to question why they had sex with you because you look insane. You start to question ever having sex again if it causes a Charlie horse. No winners in this room. Also, get some magnesium tablets and make sure you have potassium in your diet. I used to eat bananas all the time, but that didn't clear it up until I took the magnesium as well. First degree burns hurt like hell, and sometimes it'll happen again and again if you don't keep it underwater. When you cut your fingernails too short. A cramp in your foot or calf. Sleeping wrong so your neck is sore the entire day. When you hit your elbow weird. Carpet burn. Sitting on a Lego. IDK man, it may just be I'm too thick to feel them, but the only time these hurt is if I step on them. Jamming your finger on a basketball. Duck, Thinking about these makes my brain feel them, so I need to stop reading, because I get electrical signals sent down to mimic percuts, and splinters, and legos, and so on, and I'm so uncomfy X. I hate this thread, thanks. Twisted ankle. Plantar fasciitis. Rope burn. When I was about 14 I was standing on a swing, doing some stupid stunt. I lost my balance and my hands gripped the ropes the swing was attached to, and I slid down to the ground. I immediately felt the burning, and looked down at my hands, which were white with skin peeling off. I screamed bloody murder, and spent the entire night in misery, because I couldn't sleep, and had no clue how to soothe the pain. Catching a fingertip in a closing door that bounces back open. When you bite your tongue mid-snack or before food, and then it ruins the food cause it hurts every time you eat. Paper cut. Okay. I would think it would be the injuries which result in the miner's death. Broken tooth. Swallowing 2 hot mashed potatoes. When you swallow a fish bone and it scratches all the way down. When you get like a little pimple on your tongue. IDK how that's called, but duck that shiz. Are the old inflamed taste bud. Whenever I get those I make them 100% worse by biting the chiz out of them. They don't pop, and they are sturdy dastards who won't go anywhere. Big canker sore, hands down. Particularly if it's right where your teeth rub against it when you talk or eat. That one piece of skin from under your nail, that thing feels like it'll rip out your spine. Cornea ulcer/infection. Feel like sandpaper on your eyeball every time you blink. That, or a UT, the worst. Oh my, you watched until the end? That's fucking awesome dude. Thanks for watching.